Davji KMPDU Secretary General. The CS, Susan Nakumicha, was speaking on the cabinet studio, and she said that the secret is in dealing with primary health care. They've so far employed 100,000 community health promoters. Is that the silver bullet?
Trevor, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. If you look at the Kenya Kwanza manifesto, it had a promise for UHC. It had a promise for human resource of 20,000. It had a promise on the restructuring of the commodities. But if you look at what is being said to be UHC, it's the community health promoter aspect of it is good, in the sense that they're going to make the members of the community aware that they are sick. If you have hypertension, you're told that you have it. Basically, after diagnosis, you're just being reminded. Just a reminding and making you aware of your situation. Once that happens, you need to go to the hospital to be treated. But what is the status of the hospital in this country? As at now, if you go to any county referral hospitals, there are no doctors, there are no nurses, there are no clinical officers. So is it okay to be mopped up to go to the hospital to die? It's like being mopped up to go to school and there are no teachers. So that's the one aspect that is lacking. And that's why if you see in the manifesto, the first thing was to employ 20,000 healthcare workers as a baseline within 100 days. It's 1 year that has not been done. And that's why you saw that, let's say, they were actually demonstrating against that. If you look at that 1 year period, how many healthcare workers have been employed across the 47 counties? Less than 300. How many doctors? Less than 40. So tell me, how will the UHC be achieved? It's a pipe dream. And why am I saying this? In 2021, 2022, the budget for UHC was 47.7 billion. What happened? In the 2022-2023 budget, UHC was 62.3 billion. What happened? In this maiden budget of Kenya Kwanza, the UHC is at 18.3 billion in the budget. I'm expecting some miracles to make it better. Because health is not free and cannot be free. It has to be funded. And it has to be funded by either the person seeking the care or the government. In Kenya today, the out-of-pocket expenditure for every Kenyan is 150 billion. There are many people taking planes to India. There are so many people going to public hospitals. Over 70% of them will not find a doctor or will have a long waiting time. Some of them, if they are lucky to wait and come the next day to find a doctor, there are no reagents in the hospitals to diagnose these particular patients. We saw doctors closing hospitals in Kakamega. And if they're lucky to do that, if they go to the pharmacy, there are no drugs. So if these are not resolved, then the UHC that is being launched is just the same as the previous ones. There's no hope. Because one thing that was to come up was the restructuring aspect first, so that we see there's human resource, things are happening. But then this then now comes to the question that are we talking about health as a one unit of national or 48 county governments? There may have been a plan in the manifesto, but there is back and forth politics in healthcare. Politics of interest, whereby if something is proposed, like these bills that have been proposed, that are being said, they get opposition from 47 county governments. When you talk about all these issues, they don't come into fore. And that's why in the wisdom of that manifesto, there was an aspect of Health Service Commission. Why is it in the Kenya Kwanza manifesto? Because this was to streamline healthcare, so that the Health Service Commission then can allow the government to budget for healthcare or for the health workforce in the same manner they budget for teachers, in the same manner they budget for the police, and with that, then the county government then will just be will be relieved of the budget of health workforce, then to just buy the drugs and run the facilities. But county governance refuses this. Why? Because through these health workforce, they're able to employ the cousins. It brings a lot of nepotism. It brings a lot of metabolism. They don't care. It brings about the ghost workers. They will not prioritize the service delivery. And why is this happening? Because all the executives, by the way, in this country, the political leaders, the governors, and even the CSS in the studio, they have hefty private insurances. Why do they go when they're sick? They'll take the best flights to the best hospital in the world. That's the reality. And the government spent 150 billion on private insurances. In fact, it is this government now that has removed all the insurance companies, all the public servants, the police, the teachers, even the county governments, to private insurance. So the money is actually taken from the government to private insurances.
Shukran sana, shukran sana. Tutachukua fursa tupeleke moja kwa moja kwa waziri kuweza kujibu, lakini kabla tuweze kumpa nafasi ningependa kuchukua